Grab a cup.
So last time we were learning about like the different calamities, which is kind of cool. It was really interesting. So I think this one's more on astral and umbral, which will be cool to learn. Yep, I'm in a dressing gown. It's bloody cold, so apologies to everyone. I'm gonna say this glorious boxing. They've done a really good job for an unboxing experience. Like, they've got their cool card. I really love the holo in the glorious. Information about quick start to download support and the guide and their information about their products created in 2014. Awesome. I like that. That's pretty cool. The other keyboard I'm really keen to have a look at is the Keychron Q1, I think it's called. So that will be super interesting. I'll just push that keyboard out. See how it's like beveled? That's kind of cool. Okay, we'll get the heaviest keyboard. Oh, I just ripped it. Heaviest keyboard ever. It's so heavy. Oh, I'm ripping it. Oh my god. Okay. Take on. Alright, what else do we have in here? Gasket strips. So it says, due to minor variances that can occur during the machining process of your GMMK Pro, you may need to apply additional gasket strips for peak acoustic quality. For more information, check the quick start guide. Okay, we'll do that. Not sure if we're going to be up to that yet. We've got the screws. We've got the braided cable, which is kind of nice. We do have the coiled cable to use instead. I'm probably going to use this with my Keychron. Oh, I really don't like that one. That is not fun. This one's not bad, but I prefer the metal one. But overall, that's pretty cool. Great unboxing. Okay. Shall put the lovely hollow box down onto the side. Okay. Got our big black heavy Keychron. It's really smooth. It's really heavy. The letters on the back, some of the points, like the little pointy bit on the R, are really damn sharp. Got little rubber feet. Not too much on it. Got the port. The knob feels nice. It's got like feedback as you turn around. It's not smooth, which I prefer, like having feedback as you turn it. I hear this one's really hard to get off. And, oh, not too bad. Okay. It's not that hard to get off. I thought it was. I watched the Linus Tech Tips video with Sarah, their graphic designer, who I absolutely adore, and she got the white version, I believe, and they could not get that cap off, or this knob off. I thought that was hilarious. That was fun. So I was worried the same would happen here. And then we've got the goat stabilizers, which I hear are not fun. Okay. So I have not sure if that can be seen. Al 80% screw-in stabilizers. They're from Al Lab. The description says they were all pre-balanced, ready to go. They kind of came like that. There's actual grooves for them to sit in, but they came all jumbled out. So hopefully they're okay. I'm just, oh god, that's sticky. Put the lid on, it's probably going to jump everywhere. They do also come with, I'm not sure if you can see, sort of the stickers to help with the Holy mod, I think it is. So, and like little O-rings for the screws to go in. So it comes with like nearly everything you need. I also ordered these Payson films to help. So PCB stab housing film, PCB stab wire foam. So yeah, they were interesting. And I've also got classic dielectric grease and Krytox 205. And of course the paintbrush. I do not know how to take this apart because I need to get this off to get to the stabilizers and the PCB. So I should probably have a look at that quick start guide. gloriouspcgaming.com/quickstart. Okay. Let's see if I can jump over there quickly. Okay. Alright, so we want choose product. I have GMMK Pro. Cool, there's software. There's hotkeys. That's really cool. I had no idea. How to build. How to replace the rotary and code knobs, so it wasn't just changing switch plates. I think that's what I need to do. Unscrew the bottom case assembly. Alright, we can unscrew bottom case assembly. Definitely Phillips. Probably this one, maybe. Yes, that's it. Okay. Alright, super good hack if anyone is into film photography, like 35mm film. Get a 35mm film canister, pop the lid, and store the screws in it. Won't lose them that way. Best hack of my life. So good. Okay, unscrewing bottom case assembly screws. Why did I put the lid back on? They're not too tight, which is good. It's just wobbly because of that rotary knob. Here we go. Come on. I probably should have stolen my partner's power screwdriver. But this hand one's working fine. It is absolutely freezing here tonight. I'm in Victoria in Australia. And Australia is getting like the biggest cold snap start to winter it's had in a very long time. Like even up north in New South Wales and Queensland is cold. I mean, Victoria is known for being cold. Victoria and Tasmania. But for New South Wales and Queensland, for them to complain about cold is pretty rare. But yeah, just getting crazy winter weather at the moment. We got like 5 minutes of snow in Ballarat, which is fairly remarkable because usually snow is about, I don't know, 1,000 meters or so above. And where we are, I think it's like 350 to 400 meters above. So it's not super high. Like one of the neighboring mountains, Mount Buninyong and Daylesford, I think are significantly higher and they often get snow. That's more common. So for us to get some snow and some flurries was really cool to see. But yeah, absolutely freezing. It's the point where it gets so cold, your hands can barely keep typing at work. Oh man. This one does not want to come out. You are loved. You will be safe with your peers. There you go. All right, we've got 2 more screws to go. Come on. Come on. From what I'm seeing, I clearly need better light, so I'm very sorry. It is also like 11:30 p.m. at night. Last screw. Here we go. Come on. Join your friends. All right. Screws are in. Lid is on. They're not going anywhere. All right. What does Gloria say we need to do next? So turn it around and remove the knob. So lots of screws and knobs in this build. I don't know why my partner didn't want to join me, but here we go. Remove the knob. Remove top and unplug PCB connection. That sounds hard. Oh, it does just come off. Oh, that was super easy. Oh, that's so good. Ho ho ho. So I did see on, especially PCK gear, I'm sure they sell it elsewhere with other resellers, they have different colors of these. So you could get yellow, pink, green, blue, probably other colors, the white. So if you wanted to change up your keycap sets, say you get some awesome orange keycaps, but it just doesn't go with the black vibe, you could get an orange fascia and an orange knob to match with your keycaps. I am blown away. That is awesome. That is the kind of stuff we need. That is so cool. Okay. I'm getting excited. Sorry, everything's a mess. Okay, taking that off. I'm scaring the dog with how loud I'm talking. Lift it up and unplug. Lift it up and unplug. Oh god, there's a lot of layers to this, which I love. Absolutely love. I don't know if that's gonna show. Nope. Okay, so I need a better camera. I'm sorry. Yeah. I've never had anything with so many layers to it. Okay, so he just pried it up from below. Oh, it came up. It came up, people. I don't see the cable. Ugh. You're a heavy bitch. Oh, there it is. Right in next to the rotary cable. Okay. What is it you want me to do? Unplug it. It does not look easy to unplug. Ugh. Don't stretch it so much, Kate. How do I unplug this? Yeah, I can barely see this. Okay, I think I see it. Come on. I don't know if this is a bad idea or not. Sorry, I didn't mean to pull you so far. Come on. Oh, it just popped off as I opened it. Okay. Alright. Please don't break anything, Kate. Okay. That feels so cool. It's really pretty. It's so pretty. Okay, what's next? Turned it over. That's a lot of screws. I don't know. Okay, lots of screws happening now. So these were the case screws. Alright, I'm probably going to use all the bolts. Alright, so these are the top place screws. I don't know if the screws matter. Like if they're all the same, then it doesn't matter. But if it's like Apple, then it kind of does matter. Come on, mate. Out you come. Please come out. Yes. 1, 2. I don't see any others. There's 2. Okay. I do see a heap around the edge. What do they do? It's a cool screwdriver. It looks like a pencil. Okay. Alright, these are edge screws and they are different length. Alright. Nope, not quite. That one is little. That's not good. There's long ones and little ones. Okay. I wonder if this side has the long one and the long side have the short ones, possibly. No, it's a short one. That's also short. Okay, so we're on the short side. And that's long. Okay. This side is long screw, that side short screw. Thought I dropped it. Okay. Short one. I've got 2 short, 1 long to go. And then we've got the stabilizer ones. I can feel the layers are separating below, which sucks because I don't know how good I am going to be putting them back together. Please come out. There we go. Short, 1 more short to go. And then an edge long. Okay, that's the edge pieces. Oh no. That's an edge piece that just came out. I don't know what that is. Oh no. I'm scared. Oh god. So I do have a Polycarb switch plate. I'll go into later a bit why I didn't. I'm just going to remove the, see that's the underside. What is that? A standoff of something. Oh god. Okay, well there's something in the middle there. Okay. Stabilizers are another bowl. Okay. Try not to bend it. I do very much appreciate screw-in stabilizers. I do have a keychron you can see above there. This is before their Q series. Close this door. Hey puppy. Sorry about the sound. Okay, back is very sore. Alright, so 2 stabilizers down, or 2 screws for 1 stabilizer, spacebar. Onto the next one. Here we go. that one's tight. Okay. Phew, that one's very tight. It's the tightest screw on the whole board. They must be very proud. Alright, last stabilizer. Oops. Come on. Alright, last stabilizer. I think that's all good to go. Okay. So one has already come off. There's lots of lube on it. They're kind of cool looking, but that's one, two, three. Very lubed. 4. Okay, so stabilizers. Can go. Sorry. Okay. So we want to add our new stabilizers. Putting it back together. I don't know how far we'll go on this. I'm guessing this is a 7. Yeah, that's too big. Okay. Then we have all of these. Oh, that's heavy. Which is good. That's good. Okay. Alright, so I need to leave the black parts and then figure out what I want to do with them. Get this sticky plastic off. Possibly not. Stick it to you. It's got like some O-rings, some rubber feet. Don't know how to use the rubber feet. And like band-aid parts. And the screws. Guessing the band-aid parts go on the board, right? How many rubber bits? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 rubber bits, which I have no clue what they do. Did they go on the bar section? 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it to catch the metal bar, maybe? Don't know. Let's try the sticker part. Oh, come on. There we go. So we've got these like, they're like finger band-aid parts. Kind of cool. And I think turn the music up. I think they go on the PCB. Yeah, looks like they do. PCB is currently covered in lube in those spots. So would a tissue help? Oops. I hear that's the rage for lube cleanup. Alright, I'm not doing a great job. I'm not sure how teenage boys manage this. Oh my god. It's probably, don't do this. Don't do what I'm doing. Alright, what's interesting is they already have these little raised pads right where, I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. So right here, this is raised and padded, which is really interesting. So it would already help with putting stabilizers there. That's cool. I'm still going to do it though. Okay, while I'm doing this, I might change it up and we'll have a look at some lore. Turn the music down. Okay. Astral and Umbral.
Cup of coffee, get ready for a bunch of stuff you never thought you needed to know, and let's get this thing going. So if you watched my Lore for Beginners video, I mentioned the phrases astral and umbral to describe periods of time, and how it was actually even way more complicated than what we covered. But if you wanted a supplemental video, I would make it. So the people have spoken, and here we are. A deep dive into how astral and umbral works in Final Fantasy XIV. As I mentioned in the video, link up above, the concepts of astral and umbral are connected to everything in the game. And because that's the case, they just toss it out there in dialogue like, come on, keep up. So, quick refresher. Astral is active, umbral is passive. As I mentioned in that previous video, when it comes to periods of history, think of astral as a civilization's golden age and umbral as a dark age. In the history of Final Fantasy XIV,
Yeah, that's handy to know,
in between
really.
those two is some sort of calamity, a reason for the collapse of society. So imagine we've got a civilization of a bunch of cool dudes in an astral era, and then giant meteor, boom. No more cool dudes, no more.
I remember from the one we watched last time, there was heaps of like floods, ice. I think there was an earthquake one as well. Fire. There's probably something else that caused a calamity. But yeah, that was really interesting.
More astral era, welcome to an umbral era. But over time, an astral era will rise out of the ruins of the umbral, and then it repeats over and over. That's how it works with time. A pretty surface level look at astral and umbral, but they are connected, as I've said, to many other aspects of Final Fantasy XIV as well. First, there is light and dark, which should be pretty obvious at this point. Astral is the light, umbral is the dark. An obvious conclusion, astral is growth, umbral is stasis. Hydaelyn, our favorite crystal patron, is light. We are called warriors of light. We are affecting change and healing the world, and so Eorzean scholars associate the light, astral, with growth, life, the sky, and darkness, umbral, with decay, death, and the ground. And because of this, the 6 major elements of the world are each connected to astral or umbral. Astral, this light, is connected to wind, lightning, and fire. Think of the energy and movement of these elements. A raging inferno, a powerful storm, the current of electricity. Umbral, the dark, is connected to water, ice, and earth.
What?
Think of the constancy of these
For real?
things. A towering mountain, a massive ocean, the frozen tundra. And all of these, astral and umbral, these 6 elements are connected, which is why we arrange them like this. Lightning, sparks of fire.
Water, ice, and earth is umbral. fire, wind, and lightning is astral. I don't quite follow how that goes, but I guess he's about to explain it. These little band-aid mod things are not sticky. I mean, there's a slight stick to them, but they're not sticking down. That could be because of my poor lube job cleanup from the factory lube stabilizers that were sitting there. So probably me, likely me. It's always me anyway. But they don't want to stick down. They don't want to have a party. Okay, here we go.
The fire turns the ground to ash, that kind of thing. A cycle of elements, if you will. But also, the light and dark aspects of these elements affect each other too. Ice is melted by fire, water erodes earth, that kind of thing. We end up with a chart like this, very similar to one that's featured in the game. Even the 12, the gods of Eorzea, fit on this chart, each identifying with an element or elements. But I know what you're thinking. Jesse, I can think of 100 ways that water could be astral or fire could be umbral.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. You are correct. So let's dive deeper. Every single element can be and is both. I told you it was confusing. So while we have that fancy chart to tell you what each element is, truthfully, there are astral and umbral aspects to everything. Just as the flow of time isn't all astral. In fact, the unbalance of one more than the other is actually terrible for pretty much everything and everyone involved. I'm sure you can think of other examples, but here's a helpful chart of things that I thought up to kind of explain this. Wind can be as powerful as a tornado ripping through a village, or that stanky, stale air of a house that hasn't had its windows open for spring cleaning. Lightning can be the intensity of a thunderstorm, or the constant flow of electricity from a power cell. Fire could be the wild scorch of a blazing inferno, or the 350-degree oven baking your coffee biscuits. Earth could be the rumbling of an earthquake, or the deep, dark cave that hasn't seen life in eons. Ice can unleash the freezing power of a blizzard, or the chilly frost of an early winter morning. Water might be a massive tidal wave crashing upon the shore, or a stagnant pond in a field. They can even combine. An easy actual example of earth and water would be a mudslide, or an easy example of umbral earth and water would be a bog or morass. Each element can be and is both. Just as with time, each era is both astral and umbral, light and dark, which are simply two polarities of ether energy. They are the same, but in opposition. This is how everything in Final Fantasy works. It's the yin-yang, it's the push and pull, it's the balance of the universe kind of stuff. But now we are entering spoiler territory. That involves the most recent expansion, Shadowbringers. So if you want to discover these secrets on your own, thank you for watching. I hope this helped in your future Final Fantasy XIV endeavors, but now would be a good time to go. Don't worry, I'll wait. Okay, now that the sprouts are gone, bless their sweet innocent souls, we can get messy. So while the elemental chart and everything on it still checks out, in Shadowbringers, our understanding of light and dark, astral and umbral, active and passive, is thrown for a loop. What we thought was astral, light, activity, umbral, dark, passivity, well, we learn from Urianger that the future 8th calamity is caused by Black Rose, the Empire's secret bioweapon discovered in Stormblood. It kills everyone and everything. Civilization unravels. Even the world itself is affected by Black Rose as it seeps into the soil. Witnessing the deaths of everyone he loves, Urianger sets out to discover how Black Rose works and how to stop it from wreaking havoc on the world. But while studying on the first, he discovers that the people there do not use the words astral and umbral. When he asks them about the pole aligned with activity and growth, the people of the first respond, darkness. And when he asks what they consider passive, they tell him light. And this is where things get funky, because it's all about perspective. To the people of the source, light and dark, astral and umbral, are related to the effect of something, while on the first, light and dark are related to how it's generated. It's literally basic color theory stuff, crammed into the heart of our lore. When looking at black and white in real life, just like in the game, there are differing views you can take. Color as a light, or projection of light sources like the sun, means that white is comprised of all colors. It's a mix of reds and blues and greens. It's why rainbows exist. While black is the absence of light and color. A void, if you will. And this kind of thinking is the attitude of the source. It's what we've known for years. But there is another theory, one that people on the first seem to favor. Color as pigment. If you approach color without using light, sun, lamp, monitor as your guide, you quickly discover that if you mix enough different color paints, for example, they turn more and more black the more colors you add. In this theory, black is every color. It's messy and wild, and it is the active one, while white is the complete absence of color. White is complete passivity, stasis if you will, and that changes how we see things like void-sent creatures too. They aren't the absence of ether, but instead actively draining it from the world, creating a void of ether similar to the 13th. While the Sin Eaters of the first, the void sense light-sided counterparts, are surrounded by an overabundance of ether. They gorge on it. They are filled to the brim with it and aren't using any of it. It's actually why Vothri is a great analogy for the Sin Eaters in the first. He's an overweight, overindulgent, overly egotistical man, and he's taking all of this sustenance in and he's not doing anything with it. It's why he's represented this way. Dude refuses to burn off those etherical calories. So the question then becomes, if we go off what we learned from the first, does this change how we see Hydaelyn and Zodiark? Is Hydaelyn the stasis, trying to keep order in the status quo? Is Zodiark the real agent of change? Is he the good guy? Certainly the Ascians would have us believe that. Or could their alignments have changed? Or could we have simply been wrong for centuries? I don't know. There's so many questions and mysteries. Hopefully, we will tackle them in Endwalker. Because admittedly, it's a head scratcher. But that's Astral and Umbral. Hopefully that's the breakdown you were looking for, with some new information that might throw the whole thing out of whack. I'm not really sure. If you have theories, if you have comments, if you have questions, put them down below. I would love to see what you think about what any of this means. Did I get the breakdown of the Shadowbringer revelations right? Did I miss anything? Please, again, leave all the comments and the likes. And if you want to send this to a friend for a good old nerd out.
All right, so that was pretty cool. That's Astral vs. Umbral, Final Fantasy XIV Lore for Beginners by Jesse Cox. I kind of like it how there must be other places that call Astral and Umbral different things. It makes sense. Obviously, everyone in the world can't call it the exact same thing because that would just be too obvious. So I think that's pretty cool. Okay, this is unbelievably tiny. I do not think I'm going to get the stabs done tonight. Did I get that? I think I did. That was one piece. I don't know if you can see that. You see that tiny misty square? That was one piece. It is so small. Oh my god. Okay. Turn this up. So I've been watching a lot of I guess gamer news is the best thing you could call it. It's been an interesting week with the release of Diablo Immortal. Let me see if I can get this mic a bit better. Okay. Please shout at me if this is really bad, because I do want to know. Hopefully it's okay. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, I've been watching a ton of gamer information about Diablo Immortal, and it's just been really interesting to people's reaction. I find it quite wholesome that, I mean, there's still a lot of shit happening, but I find it quite wholesome that people, I guess, are on the same page as what I think, but haven't voiced. Like, people are aware that it's bullshit. Sorry for swearing, but that's what I think of it. And I don't know, I'm just like really happy that so many people are giving such a loud voice to it. How unhappy they are. Okay, let me just get the tip of this in. Oh, I got the tip in. It's going in. Oh no, it's actually stickier than I thought. Please stick there. Oops. Okay. Alright, that's one done. On to the second one. And then I've got to Google paste and pour on to figure out what the other stickers do. And I need to Google Owl Lab to figure out what the rubber thing does. I don't know what the rubber thing does. I initially got this and was like, sorry about the mic. Trying my best. Might put it over there. Okay. So I initially got this and was like, there's no way that this is going to be enough. Look how small that is. It's like as big as my thumbnail. It is so small. But I am starting to think there'll be probably enough here for sure. It is so small. Okay, go on. Okay. Get the tip in. I kind of want the tip to go, I need it to go all the way in, but it's not, so I'll just do that. Okay, so back to Diablo Immortal. The basically pay to win game. I've watched, I mean, we can watch some reviews and comment on it, but I just hate the whole experience of having to pay to get lives or pay to get better gear or pay to enjoy a game without spending months or years of grinding to get something that someone spent $25 or $1,000 for. Like, I honestly think that is like a terrible. Honestly, I can see from their idea, they're wanting to make the biggest profit that they can, and that's one of the ways they can do it. But I also think they need to have accountability and responsibility to the people that play that, especially those that can be vulnerable to gambling and those that probably have no idea that they could be, but the psychology behind the game just draws you in. You want to play more. You want to spend that. It's no big deal. Okay, that'll do. Okay. What is Payson, Poron, and what is our lab? Okay, our lab stabs. I don't know if everything is small. And then we want Payson, Poron, stab thing. I don't know. Payson police investigate stabbing. Payson Poron stab. Payson police investigate stabbing. That's not what I want. I think it's from next door. Next door. Got that wrong. It's called the Poron Stabilizer Sticker Mod Pack for Holy Epsilon Band-Aid Mod, all made simple. So you get 20 films for each thing. Stab housing film sits between the stabilizer housing. PCB stab housing film. This one sits between the housing and PCB. Okay, I don't think it's going to work on this one. Stab wire film rests on top of this thick Poron slab. Mitigates rattle by limiting the vertical and horizontal movements of the wire. Several pads are required for long stem wires. Okay, probably want that. Use that one. PCB stab stem film. The base of the stabilizer insert will come in contact with the points. Places the band-aid mod and can stack several depending on preferences. Okay, but we don't need that one yet. I don't think I got stab wire foam. Oh, that's what I'm using right now. So I definitely want to use 5 and 6. cool. Okay. So you get pads, gaskets, screws, and washers. How do you use the gaskets? I don't know how to use the screw and the washer. I'm guessing that must be something to rest. How does it stick there though? Okay. I have no clue, hey. I feel like it must do. It's like a perfect fit for the wire, so I feel like it must be for that. All right, we'll try that when we get to it. I think. All right, good. All right. Next in is talking about that Diablo thing. I'll get better, I swear.
So obviously, first thing I want to talk about is a little bit of stuff about Diablo Immortal, right? Is because like you guys, a lot of people have had a lot of opinions about this game, and honestly, it's probably been my favorite content that we've had out of a stream in a long time. Because all right, I've been playing Diablo Immortal, I've been going through the game, and I hate to say it, guys, but I've been cheating on you. Fact is, gentlemen, is I played it a little bit off stream. I did. Music's loud. Let me turn down the music a little bit. Sorry, guys. Apologies. I think that should be a little bit better. And yeah, I was cheating on you guys, and I decided that I would play the game a little bit on my own. And so I was doing that, and I got to the first raid boss of the game. Now, you guys might not know this, but Diablo Immortal has raids. And I don't really have it open right now. It would take me, it would be a bit of a pain in the ass to get this open and show you guys. But his name was Lassal the Painbringer or something like that. And whenever I was doing the fight, the only thing that I could think of and remember was that this took 3 years to make. It was 3 entire years to come up with the boss that jumped around and it had circles that didn't even accurately display where your character would get hit. And I, honestly, I was having fun in Diablo Immortal. I thought it was great. And then I got to that boss, and I realized that I was playing the worst game that I had ever played in my entire life.
Oh my god. That's brutal.
I have played Superman 64. I've watched videos of E.T. Atari. And I really feel like I was playing the worst game of my entire life. It was pretty disappointing and pretty sad. And I think
that's some serious stuff.
I think we've got about 1 more stream left of Diablo Immortal. I'm gonna hit level 60. I'm gonna run some $25 greater rifts. And then after that,
That's a lot of boba tea.
I think it's time for us to play another game.
What's he gonna play?
You guys might remember, I've mentioned this other game multiple times, and that other game is going to be Genshin Impact.
Oh god, no.
I'm kidding. It's going to be fantasy. And you know what? It's not the announcement for today. We've got even more shit to talk about, but yeah, I'm thinking I do maybe 1 or 2 more streams of Diablo Immortal, maybe have a little bit of fun, and then at the start of the next week, we start Final Fantasy. Now, I'll actually have a date for you guys.
Yes,
I'm not ready to commit to a date, but
that is exciting. I'm so glad he's going back to Final Fantasy. I want to see more of that. That is awesome. That is so good. I am happy. I don't even know what the other announcement was. I think it was about OTK esports kind of thing. But that is awesome. I'm getting fairly tired. So I'm going to do this one space bar and then head to bed. It's 12:18 a.m. and I've been up for a while. And you can probably hear from my voice. I'm getting pretty towards the end, so we might even chill for a little bit.
but that is what the plan is, right? I'll maybe take a few more days because honestly, guys, I've been so, like, I was having fun, like, because I was like, man, I was like, what's the thing everybody says about Diablo Immortal? They're all like, oh, man, this is such a good game. This is a great game. I love this game, and it's so fun. And it's like, I thought to myself, I'm like, man, how really true is that? I did that fucking boss, and I found out they were lying. Like, I'm like, yeah, it's fun to kill Leoric again in Act 1. Yeah, oh, wow, that's great. But it's a lot like, you know, I told you guys about, like, New World. It's like the more serious you take it, the worse the game is. I watched some guy the other day. He was the #1 free-to-play player in Diablo Immortal, getting absolutely fucking farmed by whales. And I think to myself,
Oh my god.
how low does your self-esteem have to be to sit there and fucking grind your ass off 18 hours a day just to get beat by Quinn, who's spending $5 grand a day to not even get a fucking 5-star.
God, that is brutal. He is so good with this stuff. He is just absolutely brutal on this stuff. And I'm living for it. It is so good. Yeah, how can you grind for something that someone who spent $5,000 a day hasn't even gotten yet? Like, how do you keep going after that? That is brutal. Okay.
Gem. I saw a 5-star gem a couple of days ago on the auction house, and it was only $400.
$400.
What an amazing steal. Imagine only $400 for one gem for your character in a video game. Isn't that amazing? And I thought to myself, I might actually buy one of these. And then I realized that you know, what's the point here? So the entire servers are all gated. It's so nobody gets too far behind, nobody gets too far ahead. You guys thought it was a good game. It was a Blizzard game, and so that's what it is. It's a phone game. I'm starting to realize that Diablo Immortal was a phone game. You're right about that. The scale of the game, yeah, the scale of the game, I'm not really that excited. And Blizzard's dead. Honestly, like, I feel like I actually almost want to make a video about Diablo Immortal. I want to go back and make like a, you know, like that New World video that I did that was like a 45-minute, just going through the whole game. But the reason why I don't want to do that, right? The main reason I'm afraid of doing that is it would require me to play the game. And I'm not sure I'm ready to put myself through that level of torture. I don't know. It's, you know, very stressful, and it's hard for me to really think of, etc. And so I don't know. I'll decide pretty soon, but I have been playing the game a little bit. And I think that, as I said, the biggest winner of the whole Diablo Immortal fiasco would be Lost Ark, because people thought to themselves, wow, this is so abusive. They allow you to spend $400 a day. This is so predatory. $400 a day. Imagine only spending $400 a day for Diablo Immortal. I couldn't.
Hey Buns, today we're going to talk about the unwritten rules of Final
This
Fantasy
is so
XIV.
good. I'm so
Stuff
looking
that
forward
after
to
you've
this.
been playing a little while, you just know. These are things that pretty much everyone agrees on.
I might pause here. Okay. I might just chill for a little bit with some music. What do you reckon? Oh man, that was just nuts. That was tough. normal thing to do. 12:27 a.m. Bending the wire is extremely difficult. Yep, got it. Okay. One down. One down, people. Covering face. Sure that's normal. I haven't stuffed this up too bad. Okay. I think there's a clip side and a screw side. Why it was a screw. The bar doesn't go that way, does it? Do I have this wrong? Oh shit. Oh shit. We just took it in and then scrolled down. Is the bar supposed to be at the top? I feel like that's right. I don't know what these clippy bits are supposed to do. Okay. Might be time to call it. I'm going to do a Google. in, I think. Is it supposed to be like that? And it doesn't go up and down. Maybe they don't, they just rest there. These also have them and they go way deeper. Hallelujah. Alright, more googling.
Je serai le président de...
Brushing it a little bit. You can also inside of this on both sides.
She's doing so much better than me.
Alternatively, you can find the side with the two open sides, find the open side on the housing, and align it this way as well. And I stop where the hooks on the housing make contact with the wire, which is just about right here. Put it into the bottom
Camera than I do.
It should go in like this, and then repeat on the other side. That. And then you can test this. Wire goes all the way in. It should rest on the hook. And going the opposite way, you want to push and push slightly down, and it should just clip right in like that. Inner PCBs. So once you've put your stabilizer on, if it's not fully flush, this is what you can use the shims for. And they're sticky like a sticker, and I'll show you how to put them on. So you want to do over. You see the hook is right here.
Oh, here we go.
Hole. And that's where the hooks go in. So what you want to do is hook it in and then push the side in. So it should stay in place, kind of like this. and then make sure to push this in. Flipping this over, you see the hook is right here, and this is where you would screw it in. So in the little baggie comes with these plastic backings right here.
Okay. Maybe I've just, because it's a space bar, I'm just having so much trouble with it. Hooked it in. Oh, one clicked. So it's just this one that hasn't. No. Oh. Okay, I think that's the closest I'm gonna get. Okay. So then we need the washers. Okay, I got one.
You want to align the hole with the screw hole, and then you want to take the screw, take a screw, just align it like this, and then using a screwdriver, you just...
Okay. She's got a wow stick. The wow sticks are, you know, wow. This little baggie is absolutely tiny. Oh, come on. I want a screw. Oh, I got another washer. Okay, I got a golden screw. Let's line this up. I think that worked. There's another washer. Try and get another screw. Don't think that's catching it because it's not up close enough. I'm being super gentle because I don't know how tight you need to be with them. Well, it definitely moves. We got something. It moves. That's good. I don't know if you can see it, but anyway, it moves. That was stressful. Only 3 more to go. she put
Just want to screw it in.
subscribe?
Like that. And then repeat on the other side. So take a backing, align it.
Cushions.
Owl stabs are liquid metal wires, which basically means that you don't have to wire balance and you shouldn't be bending them. If you do have ticking after lubing it and assembling it, Owl Labs provides these cushions, these L-shaped cushions, that you can put underneath the wires to reduce any ticking or rattling you may have. So how this works is you see this thinner side. All you do is you slide this underneath the wire. So the thinner side goes underneath the wire. You just push it in. Like that. And you can also use it for the space bar. But what you want to do is you want to take the cushions and you want to evenly distribute it. So one side right there, one right here, one right here, and one right here. You want to make sure it's spaced evenly. Like that. Alright, and that's how you assemble Owl Stab.
Okay, that was the most helpful video in the world. Thank you so much. She is a legend. Evenly spaced apart. Okay. This is space bar. We've done one theme. Oh my god. Okay. So if I can do one slowly, can I do it fast? That is the question. So I've got another 3 to do. I'm going to bed. The size. Fix this as a bonus one. Gonna ride like this in the face. I didn't do this. definitely recommend the Owl stabs. I 100% recommend watching this YouTube tutorial as well, especially if you're new like me. But I mean, it comes with so much free stuff with it. Not free stuff, but helpful extras. I'm really keen to see how Stabilizer will go now. Yeah, that'll be interesting. Oh, there's a washer. I haven't played Final Fantasy in like a while, probably almost a week and a half, because I promised I wouldn't play it until this keyboard is done, and this keyboard is still not done. So I'm probably like nearly 4 hours into it, and I will probably be here tomorrow. Okay, my more awake, caffeine self will be more chatty tomorrow. I'm excited to see everyone.